Okay. So thank you guys so much for being here. So fun to have all you guys on. Those of you who have your cameras blocked, that's all right. There's no judgment, but I do like seeing your pretty faces. It's so much more fun and connecting to see everybody. So this call is all about Plexus and just what the heck is this stuff? I remember before I even tried these products, I didn't even know what they were. I don't even think I knew what it was until I got my box. I'm like, oh, it's supplements. Oh, okay. Like I didn't even know. But these are not just any supplements. They're amazing. They will change your life. They will change your health. It will change everything for you. So I'm going to go ahead and just share a little bit about myself and my journey and where I started. I'm 36. I have 3 little girls. I've been on a weight loss roller coaster for a lot of years. I've struggled with my weight and I've always wanted to lose weight. I just never knew how. I always struggled really bad with cravings for sugar and carbs. And I've also struggled with anxiety and depression most of my life. That's been something I've struggled with since I was a child. I had no energy before Plexus. I mean, a simple trip to the park wore me out. I had no energy to do anything fun with my kids, no baking cookies, no dancing in the living room. Like I just had no energy to be the mom I wanted. My day literally revolved around my nap. Does anyone else relate to that? My nap was the highlight of my day every day. And I mean, that sucked. It was not a fun way to live my life. And I was not fulfilled and enjoying anything, in my life. I was really just existing from one day to the next. And when I decided to try Plexus, I had already lost like 60, 65 pounds, but I totally hit a wall. And I knew that I needed to get this under control and to get some help because my cravings for sugar were out of control. My appetite was insatiable. I always felt hungry. I couldn't I just felt like I was out of control. I had no control, right? And so I decided to try Plexus to help me with that. And it did help me with that. But it also helped me with my energy issues and my sleep. I have amazing sleep now. I don't struggle with anxiety and depression anymore. I mean, it's changed my family. It's changed my husband and my relationship. Like I am a completely different person and it's because of these products. And so this is why I get so passionate about sharing is because the mom that I was 4 or 5 years ago is not the mom I wanted to be. And it was hard. I didn't know how to fix things. I felt very stuck. And Plexus just really, I don't know, it opened my eyes to the fact that we as Americans living in, 2019, we are up against so much. And I almost kind of feel like we are fighting a losing battle with our health because we have so many different things coming at us and all of these roadblocks to having a healthy body. So I would love to take just a few minutes and explain briefly the triplex system, which is what most people will start their health journey with Plexus. It is with the triplex. So I have my bags here if you guys want to see. So the triplex consists of 3 things. The first is the Slim, the Bio Cleanse, and the ProBio 5. So this system is really cool because what it does is it balances your blood sugars, it reduces inflammation in your body, which all of us have that, whether you think you do or you don't, you do, and it heals the gut. Those are the 3 pillars of health. If you can get those 3 things healthy and balanced and in control, your health will absolutely transform. I mean transform, because all health issues stem from having an unhealthy gut and from having inflammation in the body. And also, blood sugar balance is responsible for so many things that you don't realize come from having an imbalance in your blood sugars. So that's what I'm going to talk about really quick is the Slim. I'll just do a really brief rundown of each of these products and just kind of explain what they do and how they help us to feel better. So the Slim is a blood sugar balancing drink. They are little packets that you can pour into water. They taste like pink lemonade. I think it's really good. But the main ingredient in the Slim is chromium. And chromium controls insulin. And insulin controls our master hormone. When you have your insulin levels balanced, it's going to have this amazing trickle-down effect on the rest of your hormones, which is going to heal your adrenals, and it's going to balance out all the rest of your hormones. So when you're having low energy or headaches or you're not able to sleep, those are all results of having an imbalance in your blood sugars. This drink is powerful and it will change your life. Okay, so the BioCleanse and the ProBio5 work together to heal the gut. The BioCleanse is a magnesium supplement, and 9 out of 10 Americans are deficient in magnesium. And magnesium deficiency, it looks like poor sleep, brain fog, restless legs. It's going to affect a lot of different things in your health and in your body. And this works with the ProBio5 at eliminating the bad bacteria and the garbage in your gut. So I kind of look at this as like a garbage truck. The ProBio5 is what breaks down the bad bacteria and the intestinal yeast, but I'll get to that in a second. But what this does is it gets the bad bacteria and it comes and picks it up and gets it out of your system. Most people don't realize that they are constipated. I had no idea that pooping once a day or once every other day or not remembering the last time I pooped. Oh yeah, we talk poop and Plexus, it's fine. For those of you who aren't familiar, we talk poop. I think some people are like, oh, I don't talk about that. I'm a lady. That used to be me. Now I'm just telling strangers about my bowel movements. If you are not having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day, you are constipated, and this is going to solve that problem. And then the ProBio5, this product is absolutely amazing. This is our probiotic, and it is life-changing because it has a digestive enzyme in it called chitosanase, and chitosanase kills candida. So candida yeast, if you don't know what it is a bacteria. It's actually a fungus that we are born with as babies. We're born with this. We need it because its purpose is to break our bodies down when we die. But because of medications we take, like antibiotics and birth control and steroids, food that we eat, like processed foods and sugar, all of this contributes to yeast overgrowth. So this is why it's so easy for people to have a yeast overgrowth in this day and age. It's just very common. And candida is really hard to get rid of on your own. It's virtually impossible. And then when you do get rid of it, it's very easy to have it come back. This makes life so easy because all you have to do is take your vitamins every day and you keep that yeast in balance. You guys, your gut health is tied to so many things. Did you know that there is a correlation between mental health, like depression and anxiety, and your gut health? 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut. 70% of our immune system is housed in our gut. If we have an unhealthy gut, we're at risk for leaky gut, autoimmune conditions. I mean, the list goes on. And I can tell you this probiotic changed my life. This product alone is one of the most powerful products, I think, in our entire system. But as a whole, these work together synergistically to heal the gut, to balance blood sugars and reduce that inflammation in the body. And that's where people see healing. It's really amazing what these products can do. So I'd love to turn the time over to my friend Lara. Lara is a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and she's going to talk about the X Factor Plus multivitamin, the Active, and the Ease, right, Lara?
Yep. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight and just kind of express my love for Plexus as well. For those who don't know me, my name is Laura Sutton, and I am a busy mama of 10. I've got 10 kiddos, ranging from 14 down to 1. And so I am always on the go. But for me, Plexus came into my life about 2.5 years ago when I had hit an all-time low. It was right after my 9th baby, and my anxiety, my depression, my energy, everything tanked. I was probably in the darkest place I've ever been. My husband's a PA, he works in the medical field. So I went into his office and had them run all the tests because I knew something wasn't right with my body. Was living on Diet Coke to get me out of bed in the morning. My cute kids would come in and bring a Diet Coke and say, Mom, you got to get out of bed. I could sleep 8 to 10 hours a night and never feel rested. My anxiety, my depression got me in a really dark place. And I mean, my sugar cravings were out of control. I could never feel satisfied no matter how much sugar I had. And so I went into his office, had him run all the tests, tried to figure out what's wrong with me. Everything came back normal. So I said, okay, well, let's put me on an antidepressant because I need to be here for my baby. Like, mama needs to be here. And I went on that, and you know what? I didn't feel happy. I wasn't sad. I was just there. I was just kind of doing the motions every single day. And after 4 months and an extra 35 pounds, even and eating clean, I made the decision to go off of that and combat my anxiety because I'd done it previously just with exercise. I worked out really hard. 6 weeks. I lost 0 pounds of those 35 that I had gained. And I just was at like rock bottom. And I remember going into my sweet friend Christy Jack's house. She did my hair at the time, and she was doing my hair, and she talked to me about this Plexus stuff, but I didn't want her voodoo magic or whatever. I took supplements. I was fine. And I finally was like, no, let's do it right now. My first week, this isn't like everybody's so different. In place, I lost 4 pounds within my first week. Within my first 2 weeks, I was off of my Diet Coke and needing it. Does that mean I don't drink a Coke? No, I love my Coke once in a while, but I don't crave it every single morning, or I don't need it for energy to get through my day. Within 2 weeks, I was off my Diet Coke. And that alone was like, my husband was like, there's something in this. Like, what is this? And within 6 weeks, my anxiety that had plagued me my whole life was gone. And I felt happy. I remember my husband calling me from work and saying, hon, you actually sound happy. And you know what? As sad as that is, for the first time in a long time, I felt truly happy. And I said, I am happy. I am. I feel awesome. Like I'm happy again. I feel like Plexus has bridged that gap for me of what I needed to heal my gut, my anxiety. Now I'm 2.5 years. Doesn't mean I don't get anxious. No, but I'm actually able to manage my anxiety, and I'm able to show up as mom and as a wife. My marriage is better because I didn't realize how many relationships and everything it plagued. I wouldn't leave my home. I wouldn't talk to people. I just was not showing up as my best self. And I've had one more baby, and that pregnancy was night and day different. It was my 9th pregnancy, 10th baby, and I didn't have carpal tunnel. I didn't have varicose vein pain. I wasn't morning sick when I drank my 2 pink drinks a day. I just had such a better overall pregnancy, and my aches and pains and everything else. And I'm so grateful for these supplements. One thing is our nutritional gap. So that is where our X Factor comes in, and it is our multivitamin. It has 50 trace minerals. It has a full B complex. This thing is amazing. The biggest thing about this is that it's fully methylated. So what that means, and before Plexus, I was like, what does that mean? I didn't care. But it has folate, folate in it instead of folic acid. That means that our bodies can absorb it. It is readily available, and it's all plant-based. So I know for me and my family, so we have a kids version also. My older kids take this one, and my younger kids take this one. Guess what? The last 2 years, we have not been sick. We rarely get sick in my house. I have 6 in school, so I'll technically 9 because I have 3 preschoolers, but you know what? We rarely get sick. And when we do, it's a little sniffle for a day and they get better, or a little scratchy throat and they're better. It is amazing, guys. The 2 years ago, that winter, I had a kid home from school every single day from January through March. Every day, someone was home sick. We were always sick and bringing things around. Because of this changed my world. So the kids version also has a probiotic in it. So we're replenishing our kids' gut. These two have been a game changer. Like, how much is it? A ton. I don't know the percentage right now off my head because I'm talking, but like a lot of our immune system, guys, is in our gut. So as we replenish, I think when some guy talked about, I mean, the nutrition, like the nutrition isn't there in our food anymore. 70%, thank you. The nutrition isn't there anymore. Like, you would have to eat 6 apples to get the benefits of 1 over 100 years ago. So it has just been a huge game changer. I was a nail biter my entire life. Like, ever since I was little, I remember my husband getting so annoyed at me every night and they there and chop my nails, as disgusting as that is. And I no longer bite my nails. I have not bitten my nails since starting Plexus. And that is, another not source of argument in bed at night with my hubby. And this is our other supplement I'm going to touch on, is ease. This stuff is life-changing. This, I actually took it my entire pregnancy. And it made a huge difference. I stopped because I knew I was having a C-section 2 weeks before, but it's our natural anti-inflammatory. It helps reduce inflammation in our systems. Who do we not know that are pounding ibuprofen all the time? And how terrible that is for your body. My husband is a medical professional, will tell you the same thing. It's not good to be taking that every single day for our bodies. It's just not. And so this right here is a game changer. A lot of people with autoimmune conditions, I mean, all these different things, if you know that you have a lot of inflammation in your system, this is the game changer. So what it has in it is it contains the New Zealand green lipid mussel, turmeric, all amazing things in here. It's really, I think there's only, sorry, I'm going to turn this off. Oh, someone's calling me. Sorry, I'm going to turn off my phone because it keeps dinging and it's annoying. I apologize. So this right here is game changer for so many people, and so many people get healing with this product. The last one I'm going to touch on just quickly is our active. This is an energy drink, but guess what, guys? It is completely clean. Like, who knows? You go buy a Rockstar or something else, and it is clean. It has, let me look fast. Sorry, I should know more. But I mean, this also has turmeric in it. It has a lot of good, amazing, amazing things. Has a delicious flavor. It's like the yummiest juice flavor you've ever tasted. And this can give you natural, awesome energy without all the crap that is in our energy drinks. If your husband, or, I mean, we all know people that are addicted to energy drinks and how terrible they are for our system. And this thing right here has replaced that in my family. And I am so, so grateful. When we do need that extra push to get through, maybe I've been up all night with a baby, which still happens, or I just need a little extra boost. This has been my game changer. So for me, it has been awesome. These things have changed my life. I would not be standing before you and talking about it if it hadn't. And I have seen literally hundreds of people join me over the last few years, and so many people's lives changed. So many mamas being able to show up for their families. So many husbands feeling, better too. Families, we are truly healing families, and it has been healing mine. So I am so, so, so grateful.
Thank you, Lara. I love your story. And Lara is a mom of 10, you guys. If you didn't catch that, she does this business and she has 10 children. So if that's not amazing, I don't know what is. Okay, so we have some really fun health stories that we get to hear from. I'm super excited. The first person that's going to share her journey with us is Nicole Jones. This is a good friend of mine, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear her story. I'm just going to tell everybody really quick. Nicole had Lyme. She still has Lyme, right? I'll let her tell it. And she also almost had her gallbladder taken out while she was pregnant, and she did not have to do those things. So, Nicole, take it away.
Yeah, can you hear me? It's kind of cutting in and out just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear her?
Okay,
Yes?
you're it's cutting out on my end, so I'll just
I
talk and
can
hopefully you
see
guys
you,
can hear me.
Nicole.
Um, can you hear me? Okay. Um, my name's Nicole, and I started Plexus almost a year ago. Isn't that crazy? It was in October, and Katie's the one that introduced me to it. I didn't think that I needed Plexus because I am super into health and I believed that I could stay healthy with diet and exercise alone. And I was, that person that makes everything from scratch and really focused on my health because was diagnosed with years ago. And every time I would eat, I would get stabbing pain in my gut and I would load up and my stomach just hurt all the time. So I would do homemade kefir and I would do homemade sprouts and put sprouts and everything. I was taking enzymes. I remember when I first signed up, I said, I have to take enzymes with every food that I put in my mouth. And Katie was like, well, you probably won't have to do that after Plexus. And I was like, yeah, I will. Like, I thought she was crazy. So, I wasn't like perfect 100% in my diet, but I really tried to focus on putting healthy foods in. But I felt like as a mom, percent of the time, and if I wasn't perfect, I would pay the price for it. So I've always been super backed up my whole life, and then before I started Plexus, I went in and out of constipation, and then the other way, and I was just having horrible bowel irregularities, and they were embarrassing. I have stories I could tell you, but I just I just didn't feel good, and I got really really desperate, and I had gotten to a point where I found out I was pregnant, and I was scared I'd miscarry because I had had miscarriages, and Katie had been talking to me for a while about the products, and I finally said, you know what, I just really feel like I need to try this, even though I felt like I was doing tons of supplements and I didn't know if it would make a difference, but I was like, I'll just try it. And it made the biggest difference for me. It took about a month for my bowels to really start to regulate, but about 2 months in, I started feeling a lot different. And at this time, I was struggling with my gallbladder. I had been struggling for several years actually. After my Lyme regimens that I did and stuff, my gallbladder my right side hurt all the time. And so my OB actually was really concerned about it because he said it gets worse during pregnancy and that I was going to have to remove it by 28 weeks. And I just was devastated and I really didn't want to have surgery. So that's why I started Plexus. I was like, I'll just try it. And if it doesn't work, then I will go and do surgery. And so I ended up noticing a big difference about a month or two in, and my pain had decreased quite a bit. And then by 3 months in, I was amazed that I wasn't having the pain that I had before. And my side wasn't hurting, my feet weren't hurting when I woke up in the morning, my gut wasn't hurting, I wasn't getting bloated. And normally when I'm pregnant, I have like bloating every single night, my stomach hurts so bad. and I wasn't having that bloating, and I was amazed, and I didn't get heartburn like ever. I think I had it like 2 times my whole pregnancy, and it was after I had like a really, really sugary meal right at night. But normally I have it horrible my whole pregnancy. I can't even lay down at night. So when I started noticing all these differences, I couldn't share because I knew that it was making a difference in my body. And, you know, it's a tool. Plexus is a tool to help you get healthy. And I always tell people I still focus on eating healthy foods, but Plexus fills in the gaps when I am not perfect. And I don't have the consequences that I had before if I wasn't perfect. I don't have the stabbing pain and, you know, the bathroom visits and things like that that I had before when I wasn't perfect with my diet. So pretty much it's just made a huge difference in my life, and I rave about it to everyone because I believe everyone should be on it. You know, we are a society that not only do we eat horrible, but we're deficient in key minerals, so deficient in the right probiotics and the things that we need to digest properly. And I do believe that most of us are enzyme deficient as well, which leads to other problems with everything. You need enzymes for everything. So I love the products. I rave about them all the time. It's made such a difference in my life. It hasn't solved like 100% of my problems, but it has solved a lot, and it's worth it. It's worth it to take a couple bad days over, you know, a lot of bad days. So that's my story.
Thank you so much, Nicole. You were like amazing. I don't think it ever gets old hearing your guys' stories. Next, we are going to hear from Shanae. Is she still here? Oh, I see her. There's her beautiful face, and I'm so excited to hear her amazing story. You unmute yourself, hon? I can't unmute you.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Okay, awesome. So I'm in my car and I don't know what the lighting is doing, but hopefully it's okay. Anyway, a little bit about me. I'm in my 40s and I have 4 amazing kiddos and married, and I live in North Dakota. My whole life I have dealt with digestion issues forever. And I just thought, well, this is just my life. It's just my thing I'm dealing with. And about 10 years ago, I was like, I hate this. I hate feeling bloated every day. I hate being curled up in a ball for hours because my stomach hurts. I don't want to move. I don't want to be involved with what's going on around me. And so that was my main thing that I was just trying to fix in my life. And I started trying to do some research about it. I went to the doctor because doctors know it all, right? They're supposed to fix you. So I was told, eat healthier, drink more water, make sure you exercise, get your fiber in, and of course, get those couple of scoops of Miralax in. So I did those things. Carson, you have to shut the door. Thanks. Sorry about that. So I did those things, and although I know those were like life changing, they do help your life. They do help your overall to feel better. They're good health choices to make, I guess. But still, no, did not touch my digestion issues. Still always bloated, feeling like crap. Full of it, to be exact. Full of too much of it. Anyway, not to keep rambling, but one day I was just scrolling through. It was about January of 18, I believe, and I saw Susie's post, and the words just popped out to me: get to the root of it, fix your digestion issues. And I was like, I have got to do this. I'm all in. I want to try this, and I did, and I will never ever go without it because it did take a few months, but I'm telling you, focus on was my gut issues. But I had other things like trying to lay in bed and your eyes are closed and you're trying to go to sleep, but your brain won't shut off. Just thinking of this and that. What are your kids doing? What are you doing tomorrow? What did you do today? Afternoon crash. Every day I'd want to take a nap. And then, uh-oh. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully you can still hear me. I don't know if I'm still there or not.
You are, hun. You can keep talking. We see you.
Okay, my phone's doing weird things. Anyway, so anyway, I keep rambling on. I've left my notes in the house. But what I wanted to say is, you guys, I am just so passionate about it because not only is it helping with my main issue, gut health, but those little things that I thought were just, it's just, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm in my 30s, 40s. And so, of course, my brain is foggy. I walk into a room and I don't know why I'm in there. And I can't go to sleep at night and I wake up tired. I thought this was just mom life. This is just normal. And it's not. And I found that these supplements really helped with all those things that I weren't even thinking could change, but they have. And so these are just all even more perks of how these supplements have helped my life in general to feel better. And then on top of those little pesky things that are now like dissolved, my face was also an issue. I was working with a dermatologist. I would just get really red skin and my face would just peel, like just constantly peeling and then break out. It was just take pills for that, and that would make me have side effects that I didn't like. So even, I mean, it's just all around, head to toe, inside and out, has just really helped me to feel better. And I really feel strongly about taking them every single day and drinking your water. And the combination of those two things are just life changing. And I guess I'll end with that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shanae. That was amazing. I love hearing your story. I know next we have our amazing Melanie Heiner. She is my cousin's wife, and really I think of her as a sister. I love her, and I can't wait to hear her story.
Okay, can you hear me? Awesome. Okay, my name's Melanie Heiner. I'll just start with kind of what my issues were, but I kind of had a lot of the same issues. I had stomach problems and digestion issues, and I also have an immune deficiency that I found out, and so I get sick a lot, all the time. So the normal person, when they get sick, you know, it's a 3 or 4 week long thing. It took me about 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks to get better, and it was just wearing on me. I was thinking about the other day how many bouts of mastitis I had from nursing all 5 babies, and I think I counted 24 times. And so you think of 24 times rounds of antibiotics, and they saved my life. I had to have them because I just go septic immediately and I get really sick and it's not good. So I had to have them. But it's a really, really sad thing because you can guess what that did to my stomach. And so they took my gallbladder out. I'm sad that I didn't know about this earlier because I could have saved it. I know I could have. But I was the same way. I would lay in bed with chronic nausea, and I can't tell you, with every single baby, I was so deathly ill, and I know it, maybe it was my pregnancy, but chronic nausea is real, and it's awful, and it's so wearing on anyone. that it starts to affect your mental so bad, that it was causing anxiety, it was causing depression. But in between babies, I had colonoscopy. You know, get over my migraines I was having also. I'm a mess. It's okay. I was. Anyway, but I tested me for some food allergies and I was allergic to a lot of things. So I just didn't know what to do because this specialist said, you know, go and lay off of gluten and dairy, but then take Costco vitamins and, you know, go buy a probiotic from Good Earth. And so I did. And I didn't feel good. I still did not feel well. And then after all of this, I ran into Emily, and she started talking to me about it. And I said, oh yeah, I know, my husband's cousin does this and it's great. And she's like, yeah, but it's not just great. There's something special about it. And she told me about the probiotic, and I graduated in health science from BYU. And so I wanted to know the logistics and all of the ingredients in it and stuff. And when she talked to me about it, I was like, okay, just give it to me because I'm out of my probiotic anyway. So she also caught me in a weak moment. But I can't tell you how much better I felt. I was about 2.5 weeks in, and I said, I was taking a 50 billion CPU per capsule. And I was like, this little 2 billion CPU per capsule is not going to cut it. I can tell you that right now. I'm taking 50 billion with one little capsule. And she's like, no, there's special things in this. And there's this chitosanase that breaks down it's an antifungal, and it breaks down all of the candida yeast. And so I just kept at it, even though I didn't want to. And even though in my mind, I'm like, I'm just going to go to Good Earth. I'm going to get that 50 billion CPU because it was at least like, I feel like maybe it was helping me. I went 3 weeks, and 3 weeks, all of a sudden something magical happened and I started feeling better. The nausea was going away and I was not so tired all the time. I wasn't laying down. I all of a sudden I had like a little bit more zest for life, and things started getting better. And I know that it was my gut because then all of a sudden other things started getting better. My migraines went away. I haven't taken my migraine medicine since I started this 7 months ago. I no longer have to take Zyrtec for my seasonal allergies. Just so many things improved, and that's just not by happenstance because of these products and their miracle qualities in them. So I am just so happy that I was introduced to them and that I have met these wonderful ladies that help and support. And yeah, that's. Thank you so much, Melanie, for sharing. You are amazing. Actually, I have never heard your story before, so that was fun for me to listen to that. I am super excited. This is going to be our last story of the night, and this girl is amazing. Her name is Jessica, and she has become a really good friend to me. Her story will blow your mind. Jess, are you there?
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I'm so excited to hear your story tonight.
I'm excited to be here.
Okay, take it away, girlfriend.
Okay, so a little bit about me. For those of you that don't know me, I am married to my best friend, and we have 3 kids together. And both of us are registered nurses, and I worked as a nurse for about 10 years. And for a really long time, I always had my blinds on for any kind of natural supplement, vitamins, any kind of route for that. I know that route, and I just didn't know enough about it. That was my biggest lack of knowledge, was why I never went that route. But about 3 years ago, after having my 3rd baby, I remember exactly where I was at. I woke up and told my husband that I thought I had strep throat. My throat really got swollen. It really hurt to swallow. I was getting recurrent infections, colds. I started getting oral thrush. My tongue was coated white. I could scrape off a layer of candida off my mouth, and then it would just come back 10 minutes later. I started having really bad bloating. I had irregular bowel movements. I wasn't going to the bathroom every day. I just did not feel good. And then it led to extreme hair loss. I lost so much hair. I got the body aches at night. Every single night I would take an ibuprofen and it would subside for the night, but then I just felt just as worse in the morning. I think my husband's heard me complain more than anything about taking an ibuprofen every night and not feeling well. I was drinking Dr. Pepper every day to get me through the day. I was taking daily naps. I was the mom through an iPad at my kids every day, every afternoon. My 2 young kids knew at that time, because my newborn would sleep, that mom did not feel well. And I missed out on a lot. I missed out on Thanksgiving one year. I didn't feel well. I was taking naps all the time. I didn't sleep well at night. I just didn't feel good, and I knew something was wrong. I just didn't know what. And for 3 years, I went to doctor after doctor. I got referred to specialty groups. I went to 3 ENTs in 2018. I was on 7 rounds of antibiotics in 2018 with reoccurrent yeast infections from all of those antibiotics, and I went on antifungals. I went on steroid therapy, and none of it. I did not respond to any of it. If anything, it made me even more sick. And so after seeing a lot of doctors and having an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound on my neck, no one could tell me it was wrong. I pretty much got told that I was a young mother that was tired. And to me, for many years, people told me that my 30s were supposed to be my prime years, and they weren't. I was 32 and I was miserable, and I just didn't feel well. I'm so thankful to Nicole, who shared her story through social media. And Nicole was suffering, she's a very good friend of mine. And I was bold and brave, and I reached out to her, and I decided to try Plexus. In those 3 years, I forgot to mention, I was also diagnosed with mono, EBV, CMV, and celiac disease. So before I had met with Nicole, I had gone gluten-free for about 4 months, and I did have relief, but I didn't feel well. I still had the symptoms. I actually had more bloating. My energy didn't improve. My hair loss, I would pick up clumps from the shower drain. I knew I was sick. I was really sick, and I didn't realize how sick I was. And so I started the products in January. I went on the Triplex, the multivitamin, and then it had a high loading dose of ease. And it's changed my life. I've been on the products for now almost 8 months, and I have not taken a nap since probably February. I've had maybe 3 Dr. Peppers, and that's yay! I will admit, I have had 3 Dr. Peppers, but that's more of my social outing treat. I'm a better mom. I don't throw my iPad at my kids. In fact, they don't ever see the iPad. That's kind of a treat for them. I don't lose hair anymore. I don't pick up hair from the hair drain. My celiac, I feel like, is a lot more controlled. I still eat gluten-free because of the celiac gene, but I don't unbutton my pants at restaurants anymore, which is great, or have to do the elastic band. I know you all know what that does and not what that means. And my white tongue is gone. And my poor husband had to kiss my face for 3 years with a white tongue, and he doesn't have to do that anymore. I feel clean. I feel good. My bags are gone underneath my eyes. My skin is clear. I poop normal. I poop every day, 2 to 3 times a day. That was not me a year ago. I look at myself today versus a year ago, I'm a completely different person. And my husband has vouched for that every single day. I'm just a better version of myself, and I'm finding my prime years in the 30s. I just feel so good. I think that's it, Katie. Unless you want me to add anything.
Your story just makes my heart flutter, because it's just, you guys, like, these products give people their lives back. I mean, there's no other way to say it. These products give you your health back. They give you your life back. I am so glad that we were able to do this call tonight, and we could hear all these amazing stories. If you guys have any questions for anyone, you can talk to the person who invited you to this call. But these products are so incredible. They are going to transform your health. They're going to transform your life, your family, the way life is for you now. If you want it to change, that's what these products are designed to do. They pretty much, I've always looked at it like they hit a reset button on your health. It's going to hit a reset button on your body. This is going to get you back to default settings, factory settings. This is the way your body's meant to feel. If you're not feeling good every day, that is a sign that you have an inflammation issue, that you are imbalanced, and that you have an overgrowth of candida. And that is what Plexus does. So thank you guys all so much for being on this call. It was so fun seeing all of your faces and hearing those stories. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye.